Hey guys, Wydick here again. This time with Game 3 of a Best of 5 from the July Go4SC2 Cup 2013 edition. And this time on the, well, very rarely played Red City, we've got in the bottom left spawning as the Red Terran, we've got Mousesport's Heromarine. And his opponent, who has to really find a way to get some momentum back as he's down 2-0 in this series. In the top left spawning is the Blue Terran, we've got Strelok. And as I mentioned before, Strelok is down 0-2. Everything Strelok has done has not worked. The last game was very short, about 10 minutes long. Strelok went for a Marine and Mine drop, and it did not work. Only able to kill one SCV from that mine. And from there on in, his Banshee Harass was not effective, and he was just too far behind, and eventually a counterattack came in from Heromarine. Heromarine was able to complete the victory. So Strelok's going to be under some pressure here. And Red City is a really strange map as, like I mentioned before, it's so rarely played. Players generally veto it. In a lot of tournaments, it's not even the map pool. So this map is sort of a wild card. It is a very large map, so if you wanted to build some secret bases, this is a very good candidate for that. And there are a few quirks in this map. For example, at the natural, there is this small little elevated terrain ramp, and you can't build that much here. You can kind of like build missile turrets or something, but it's very good for attackers, in some senses, because you can run your air units on top of here, or medevacs, for example. Sometimes it's good for Terran players. You can put siege tanks on here to defend better. So it is very strange that way. The center is also very strange because it's not wide open, so it's hard to get a good large engagement because of these cliffs around the Zelnaga Tower. And also because there's lots of destructible rocks that kind of give you additional ways into the expansions. So this map is very strange. Strelok has his SCV out. Guessed wrong twice already. Gonna be able to find Heromarine finally with his SCV just in a few moments. Unfortunately, with those two Marines on the ramp, he's not going to be able to get much scouting information. Both players' builds, the factories are almost done, at least for Strelok, already done for Heromarine, and Heromarine is getting the starport as well. And unfortunately for Strelok, that SCV was only able to scout out that barracks. It looks like Heromarine is going to go for Banshee Harass, and Strelok went for Banshee Harass last game, but it was very ineffective as Heromarine had missile turrets in both bases at his natural and his expansion. And with multiple Vikings, when a scan goes down, basically the Banshee can be blown up under one scan, and that's very effective because even if Banshees don't get a lot of kills, if you force your opponent to use multiple scans, that's also resources lost, but it doesn't show up in the resources lost tab because you can either get a mule or use a scan, and mules bring in about 250 minerals. So in a way, if you can get a scan down and it doesn't, your Banshee does not get destroyed because of the scan, then you can kind of count that as 250 minerals lost for your opponent. That's kind of one way to calculate it. I've seen sometimes where Terran players have to scan 3 times before they're able to destroy one Banshee, and that's a lot of resources lost for one Banshee. On top of that, if they kill some Marines and SCVs, even better. So, it looks like Heromarine, his Banshee is going to be across the map first. Strelok's Banshee is going to be slightly behind. And it's interesting because after the first Banshee, Heromarine is going to build a Raven, but Strelok's going to keep building Banshees, so who's going to be the victor here? Is it going to be the more aggressive player? Is it going to be Strelok, who's more aggressive, building more Banshees? Or is it going to be Heromarine, who's being more defensive, just a Banshee first and then a Raven? And the Banshee is now doing damage for Heromarine. And for some reason, Strelok ran his Banshee back just for a little bit. And now this Banshee from Heromarine has already 5 kills before he has to put down the cloak. 6 kills, already doing significant damage. Now a Marine goes down. At the same time, Strelok's not doing anything. I think he's too busy microing back at home. And it looks like Strelok's just going to give up in less than an 8-minute game. So, don't know our play. I didn't realize any single time. So, I guess Strelok could not identify the play from Heromarine at any time. It's a little bit interesting because as a Terran player, you do have access to scans. Most Terran players are just really greedy. And so when they have scans, they don't want to scan their opponents. They just want to put down mules. Or maybe they want to save the scan because they're playing against a Terran opponent to save the scans for incoming Banshees. And for Strelok, he just didn't know what was going on, I guess, in any of the games, especially this one. He was totally in the dark. And by the time the Banshee reached his base from Heromarine, his Banshee, he wasn't microing his Banshee. He was just trying to micro the Marines. And the Banshee already got 7 or 8 kills, and then by that point in time, is already too far behind. So Strelok taps out. So congratulations to Heromarine. He's going to lock up the series 3-0. And I'll see you guys next time.